Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is on your side of the world. Because guess what? It's 3 4 in the morning on my neck of the woods. So it's likely to be anytime on your side of the world. But still, welcome 1,000 times to You Will Make It TV, where we believe faith attracts possibilities. You don't have to call us a ministry. You don't have to call us a group. You can't call us that. When I say us, I'm talking about me and God at the end of the day. Because it's just me. I'm not saying it'll always be that way. But yes, I'm Arthur Taylor Sherry. Thank you for coming on in with us, joining on in with us tonight. Because tonight, or real quick while I had the time, I wanted to come on here live with another discussion digest topic. Discussion digest topic number 8 to be exact. Feel free to tune in to previously recorded lives just like these. Once again, you do not have to call us a ministry or anything like that. Any type of group or gathering. You know what I mean? I like to work as a sole priority or an independent. Uh, you don't have to call me a business mogul. I have a goal to be at that level one day. But we just like to come here and share inspirational quotes, message, and content. Just your daily dosage of hope. If you choose to subscribe to this channel, where hope is for sure, okay? And just imagine the kind of faith it takes to say something like that. Sometimes you already know how blessed others are when they're connected to you. So I don't like to use that in a way that people think I should use it. I like to use it in a way to extend hope, love, joy, those type of emotions. Invoke those. I don't care how hard-hearted or depressed or angry a person is. I see it in my own life every day, whether they're people connected to me or not. I see how easy they say trouble is easy to get into, hard to get out of, but I see how easy it is also to get out of trouble. A lot of people have bad days, then they turn around and have a good day. They had a bad hour, it's 24 hours in a day, but they have a bad hour, and then the next of the hours of the day they're fine. Now, this is just how I always looked at life. I thought it was normal. I can see where they can get to the level of toxic if you're not crazy, but I do believe essentially people have a right to have bad days without being judged to the extreme utmost, okay? So we welcome you guys 1,000 times for taking the time out to tune in to another live discussion digest topic. Uh, Today we're going to talk a little bit more about homelessness crisis, homelessness percentage rates, uh, things that are being done in between. It's a lot going on, even in politics and everything, because this kind of ties into it too when you are talking about homelessness and poverty all together in any country, right? You're looking at the governments and what they plan on doing next or what they're not doing or what they have been doing, local communities, the help they have, the resources they have, the resources they don't. This is that type of topic on tonight. Feel free to come on in, trickle in as y'all feel need to. Comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe is all we ask of you guys of tonight. Either or, inquiries and questions can be forwarded anytime to make it you will 01@gmail.com. I also, at the beginning of this stream, want to go ahead and re-announce I'll be doing it on all my live streams. I'll be definitely sharing more shorts as well, promoting uh, my new transportation assistance program for qualifying, participants. I just want to get you guys more familiar on what it is I'm trying to do, how you may be able to contribute if you're interested, why we are moving forward the way we are moving forward. Maybe I won't give the why all the time, but sometimes it's necessary uh, when you could be doing so many other things in the world, right? I actually understand it. So y'all can actually expect a questions and answer type segment soon, because I want people to be able to do that. Like, what do you mean? But that's the name of our transportation assistance nonprofit, guys. It's going to be called A Ride Away. So that's the name we already put on it. And if you have any more questions or inquiries, or you want to know more personal information, like where you might be able to make a contribution or donate. We're gonna definitely make sure you get what you need in return, because we gotta have this stuff. You get what you need in return. Y'all don't ask me why my baby's still up at this time of night. She's just been doing it lately, so I'll be like, I might as well get up and work. What y'all think about that? Actually, in my more younger days, it was a more comfortable time for me. I don't mean a 9 to 5 job, but when I started growing into an entrepreneur, I noticed like some of my own personal crafts and skills and things I wanted to grow in. I would stay up late in the hours. It was just something about that, like feeling like everybody else sleep, not just in your household, but like in the world, like everybody else sleep. They rest on their goals and dreams. You up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring yours into fruition. So I don't think it's weird or anything like that. I still thank you guys for your support, right? To be the type of person to work through the night. We know there's several jobs, several careers, literally, people do in the night. And it's crazy. People try to stick you in one box of work. I mean, there's so many things you can do at night. You know what I'm saying? Positive contributions to society and to the world, at nighttime. So thank you guys for your support. Please, please, please remember to subscribe. And we also appreciate when you guys share. But yeah, I'm gonna do a questions and answer about a ride away. Because this is my transportation assistance program, but I also have that's what inspired this topic tonight. And y'all can expect about 3 parts. This is part one, okay? But Elon Musk does it again. I know I'm starting even my own personal transportation assistance program, but I also want to start. There's no one about it. I want to start a lot of stuff. That's what I can say with that. But the transportation thing is for sure. If you have questions or inquiries, please contact me at makeitYouWill01@gmail.com. But I'm already on board with this, and let's talk about what I'm talking about. Okay. So for me to talk about what I want to talk about, I have to talk about what I mean when I say Elon Musk does it again. We know that he is known for his innovativeness, his creativity, his intelligence altogether when it comes to new ideas, projects, and things like this. So I've always respected him. I ain't gonna say from the beginning, but since my knowing of his existence. That's what I mean from the beginning. I've always respected his work. I really do. From what I know about his work. You see what I'm saying? There are, let's just go ahead and state the facts, more people that are knowledgeable and keep up with Elon Musk's net worth and his life and stuff like that. I'm just not that type of person anyway. Like I might read into something for my own reasons sometimes. If you're looking at a person biography or things about their life, but I've never truly. I've been watched, like, let's be honest. Y'all want me to be honest? I've binge watched many, many documentaries about him, to be honest. But like, they're not documentaries, right? They're more like, just showcasing his life and stuff like that. But his life and like what it means and how what he's doing in business. He's always in the news of Forbes and Business Insider type media news. You know what I mean? That's a good thing, actually. Even when celebrities don't feel like it's a good thing, I know it's a good thing anytime somebody's promoting your work. I know that much. And he's just one of those faces, that you're for sure to see through it all, especially in times like these. We appreciate you, Elon Musk, from the You Will Make It TV YouTube channel, first of all, for being courageous enough to step out on you know what I mean? People want to get more into the specifics like, well, how did he do it? I swear, people ask that all day long, like you're going to do exactly what a person did and get the same results. So teaching is also essential, but I would say the ultimate teacher is still the Most High Creator God, right? Because you can still get it wrong as a teacher. That person just made it that way. You know what I mean? When it comes to life coaching, something else I'm thinking about getting off into. But if you really think about that, it's true. Just people get so deep into that. Like, I have to watch how this person did it. I have to watch the avenues, the doors, who they met, who wrote their letter of recommendation, who opened the door for them, right? People really, really feel like they have to study this. I'm not trying to take away from giving credit where it's due, but I have noticed that like I will never get that invested in a person's story. That's not a reason that I research or study, or you know what I mean, study to show myself approve about things, like so I can know more than the next person about a person's life, because I know that I would never fully be on that level about nobody life if it's not my life. I wasn't there every walking moment of it, right? So I'm just saying, y'all leave y'all opinions in the comments. I've never understood people doing it. Just that's just how I feel about it. Like there's no anger about it. There's no more or less about it. Why do people feel like because if they knew every specific detail of the steps that Elon Musk took to get to his level of success, if it's not inspirational to you, there's a whole reason we call this an inspirational channel. But if it's not inspirational to you, that's not. Why else are you watching it personally? You see what I'm saying? Like you see that they are successful, or that they've had successful endeavors, or that they have a track record of being successful. I mean, unfortunately, this is what celebrities go through. A lot of people look up to them and they want to know every step. They want to know your biography, the documentary of your life about how you got to the level of success you did. So this is what the only reason I bring it up. People use this on a scale and they weigh it. I'm known for on previous segments on my Crown Publishing content channel mentioning how character and talent are two different things, right? Like where you're gifted and your character are two different things, right? Like I told y'all, I'm gonna just go ahead and go to direction of life coaching here soon, because I do feel like I can give people really, really great advice, even though people try to just let me keep going with this. What I was saying, like that is so unfortunate. Celebrities have to go through that. Anybody who's gone viral or a little taste of fame, yes, people are going to watch you. Like they want to know your story, or they're going to watch a documentary if they see it about you, or they're going to watch a tabloid, read it if it comes about. They're going to check into it because you're famous, right? Whether it's negative or positive. And I know that it's hard for those guys to go through. Somebody like Elon Musk, for example, you got people sitting here weighing character and talent on a scale. Like you gonna see some messy stuff out there. One thing I saw, it said, uh, ex-wife tells all, right? Like who if you follow a person more for their work, you wouldn't even probably click on something like that. But if you're a fan, you would too, because it's like, okay, this ain't about your work now. This your ex-wife talking about how you were in the marriage. Really, when we look at those things though, does that take away from that celebrity? Does that take away from that person's talent? It doesn't. So I'm just giving a new perception way for people to look at it, something to help them not be so invested in the things that don't even matter at the end of the day. Really, anything else that we would consider a wasted investment is that too. So I never like that. Like people do that to Elon Musk. This is just considered my reaction, my commentary. I'm just giving some dialogue, open mindedness, insightfulness about these new Tesla houses Elon Musk just released. One second, y'all. It's like an email came through right when. One second. Anyways, yeah, they try to judge his. I don't know. I just say character does not. Character and skills and talent and who you are in your work career are two different things. Now, some people's character is the whole reason they become what they become, right? So it does matter. It's a conversation that needs to be more had in society today, actually, when it comes to human experiences and human behaviors. What do you mean? Um, it's some people's character, right? Like you just always loved science. You always loved experiments. You always were messing with tools when you were little. That about your character may come out through you becoming a doctor. You see what I'm saying? People have, and that's how I look at people. Like I look at that too. Like how did Elon Musk become who he is, or how did somebody get? But I don't look at it like let me study and let me get a journal and pen and write down each and every step they did so I can know how to do this. I'm back, y'all. I apologize for the pause. I just got through talking about I didn't know how my baby or why she was up so long, but that's the God honest truth. Like, at least the past week, I don't know if it's the new year, the new moon, what it is. She just be up at night, like, but I don't never mind it because I don't know. Like I said, I be up working in the night sometimes too. And like I said, there's a million different ways to work at night. You could be babysitting kids. You could be looking up hair tutorials, working on video YouTube edits, working on your next business plan in the middle of the night while the rest of the world sleep. Now, the rest of the world don't always mean my kids. So I just felt like I would clear that up for y'all. The baby is okay. She right here. Boom. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hello. Talk.
Hello.
See? Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Say hi, Elon Musk. Say hi. Talk in the microphone.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I was being bad climbing on stuff and I fell, so my mom had to pause the
Hi.
live for a second.
Hey, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I was being bad while my mom's doing her live, so she had to pause it. No, mommy needs her microphone, boo. Okay, you can play with the microphone. I hope y'all can still hear me. I just gave the microphone to the baby. Look, she said her name is Dream. Your name is Dream? Is that the microphone? Yeah, she up being bad. But I don't know if anybody else kids been doing that for real. This might be significant. That's why I mentioned any little thing that might sound off. I'm not off. Like my baby Ben started sleeping through the night. Now she just been up lately, at least the past week and a half. She be up with me even if I'm knocked out tired. I wake up, she tapping me like, "Mama, wake up." But back to what I was saying though, this maybe that's significant though, because when we talk about Tesla tiny homes, any brand of tiny homes, but we're gonna talk about why Tesla's is so discussion worthy and why I chose to bring this topic out tonight. Uh, when it comes to families, people are definitely looking for more affordable housing options. If you agree, hit that like button. If you're one of those families, hit that like button and feel free to leave a comment. Families have been resorting to mobile homes, not just like mobile homes, guys. What do they call them? Like those transitional homes. They turn these buses into homes, these campers. I seen one, a lady did it with a minivan, right? They take the seats out and you can't even tell it's a van in the back of the. It just had the two passenger seats. Some people take their passenger seat out too for more room if it's just them living in a van. We know living in a car though is hard. Anybody that ever has had that experience, we're not talking about what leads people to this yet, but let's be honest, guys. When we talk about America, homelessness is not like new. We're just talking about in the new age. You know, we've had periods in history like the Great Depression, for example, where a lot of people did not have money. Like it wasn't just one family or a few families. Like you had a lot of people going through something. And we're not saying we're at that level today, but yes, people are looking for more affordable housing options. For example, you will hear people with their opinions say, well, you should get a job. There are YouTubers out there, guys, that are already nurses, vets. Uh, I've seen some of the best careers living in their cars. Maybe I will post or start sharing more of those videos because this is a lot about what You Will Make It TV is about, shedding light on the truth at the end of the day. That way we're at least inspired to do the right thing. How you gonna do the right thing based off of a lie? That's really just hard to do. But people living out of your car, just one person, I know that's hard. If you have a family doing it, I mean, you really not living out of it. You just got your things in your trunk and you're uh probably sleeping in it, but just to say you're living in it, to me, anything considered living quarters definitely has a restroom, definitely has a kitchen, And that's all you really need to survive. You don't even need a bedroom. Like me, for example, I have experience living out of efficiency. This is an apartment with no bedroom at all. Like it might have a space you can turn into a bedroom, but it doesn't have doors, or it might have sliding doors, but it's not considered a one bedroom, right? Like the kitchen, the living room, everything is in one big room. Hit that like button if you've ever lived out of efficiency, or like a dormitory, right? It might have a community kitchen where all y'all go fix y'all food in the same area, but you go back to your own rooms at the end of the night, right? You don't have like a house or apartment set up. We know that condos, like, it does matter, like how you are used to living. I think I'm a great candidate for this topic as well. And when we talk about housing matters and what we can do to help bridge the gaps in housing and homelessness crises, I'm a good candidate because when it comes to survival, I have done it on like many different levels, right? For example, not everybody has had to sleep in a car. Whether you went through it 1 week, 3 days, right? You just had to wait till a shelter opened, or you had to wait till you made it to Grandma Lucy's house, way in Oregon. There's different reasons people end up sleeping in a car for a little while. You Will Make It TV definitely understands, and we want to shout out to those of you in the world who have been through those type of barriers and still made a way. Because let's remind y'all, people, I don't know where that came from, talking about people don't have jobs and they still sleeping in their cars. Just because, for example, you don't see me sleeping in my car right now doesn't mean I've haven't already been through that. Okay. So people say, they'll look at your current and say, well, I see how you're currently living and how you're currently getting by and how you're currently making it. Remember what I started the segment off talking about? People look at Elon Musk and try to research his life as if they go take exactly every step he takes, they're going to become Elon Musk. I don't know why people are like that, but this is what they do with celebrities. Where did he grow up? What was his life childhood like? What did his mom say when he turned 13? Like, this what people do when there's a little fame, or you have gone a little viral, or once you elevate in this way. I'm sure the celebrities already know and understand. I just still am trying to understand it. Now, if you're going to look into a person's life, let it be for inspiration. That's why we say we give inspirational quotes, messages, and content here. Let it be like to motivate you. Like, okay, Selena Gomez started on Disney. You can try that if you want to. I'm just saying, enough people wouldn't raise her in the truth. Like, that does not mean you're going to get as far as Selena Gomez did just because you go to a Disney audition. That don't even mean they're going to pick you. You can sit there and study what Selena Gomez did all you want to. Anyways, that's just on my heart to share with others, because I know Elon Musk has been through that too. People want to sit up there. Don't y'all know his people will sit up there and look up your net worth every day. If it go down $1, they see that. If it go down, you know what I'm saying? They see what your net worth is. They literally go look this up. So people do this to Elon Musk because they've already heard about how rich and famous he is. Okay, I just feel like, dang, am I ready? Like, we say we want certain levels of life, or we want the best things in life. Like, people really say this, but do they know what comes with it? People you don't even know looking up your net worth every day just because. Like, they want to know how much, not only how much is in your bank account, but how much your family gonna have after you die, right? So it does get this deep. Back to the tiny houses. Why people feel like these are positive investments. What I think about it, because I am here today to give my commentary and reaction. Uh, this is interesting here. This is very interesting. I want to apologize again for the slight pause break. Thank you guys for still staying tuned in. Like, share, and subscribe to this video, because I'm doing a part 1, 2, and 3. Uh, First of all, you can find a tiny home today. For those that didn't know, let's talk about what a tiny home is. It's like a little bitty, it's what it sounds like. It's a portable home, HOME. It's going to have some windows for your ventilation. It's going to come with some type of drainage system so that you can flush your toilets and use your sink just like you would in a normal house. You are not going to a landlord for these homes. You are simply purchasing. You're not financing. You're not going to take out a mortgage loan. You're not going to, in the first time home buyers program, which we may be doing a segment about that too soon. I don't know why I'm feeling on fire about certain stuff right now, but it's been in me the whole time too. So I can get over the feelings right now of why you would think of things now versus the past, but it's or now I'm on it to where I'm thinking about it and want to share this information is what I'm talking about. But some of y'all might have already heard about that program. There are many home buyer programs. People know this, but still, that doesn't help. Thank you guys that do try to help people to tell them about certain resources. I'm just saying y'all need to stay updated with stuff before y'all tell people about stuff. This is You Will Make It TV. Do not hesitate to hit that subscribe bell. Okay? Because you're telling people, okay, why you just don't go get in the home first time home buyers program? Because y'all might think people just tell you to go get on housing like Section 8 or affordable housing. When it comes to homelessness, this topic is not going to be for everybody just because you're an Elon Musk fan. But you cannot be a true Elon Musk fan and not consider homelessness, because apparently he does. That's what I'm here to talk about today. His new Tesla house, the starting price for one of the minimum tiny homes you can get through the company of Tesla is 67. This is so crazy. I done memorized the price, y'all. Okay. And I'm already with this. Not just as far as possibly investing in my own. I'm with this too, because this is showing us that Elon Musk, all he could be doing with his intellect and knowledge and money, he's making tiny homes. I feel like more of them should do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a new age where you just making cyber trucks and now we see homes. You see what I mean? Hit that like button if you agree. Um, that's just crazy. So I tried to describe to y'all what a tiny home is a little bit. You're not paying a water bill. But I'm not gonna promise y'all that. Just let me finish my sentence. You're not paying a water bill. You're not paying a light bill. Depending, you're not. Let me say it in this way. You're not paying these bills depending on how and where you set up your tiny home. I'm out here promoting this real quick, like I'm working for them already. Ain't that something? But y'all stay tuned, because the transportation assistance program I just started that's just that. Now we're talking housing assistance, homelessness resources. Okay, people sometimes think these resources are just, where can this homeless person go get some food? That's great. You told us where we can go get sandwiches, but are these sandwiches gonna help me get a house? Seriously, y'all. I mean, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful or anything. This needs to get deeper. We'll tell them where they can go get a free coat, where they can go get a meal, where they can go get a bus pass. Like, okay, what classes and conversations are we having about truly changing your future when it comes to keeping homelessness prevention? Okay. Because to me, a 90-day program, a 60-day program, a place that lets you stay a month, a program that lets you, because there are all type of shelters and transitional housing programs. I think some of y'all out there been waiting on me to talk about this again, because we know when we started the Crown Publishing Content channel, feel free to still subscribe at Crown Publishing Content right here on YouTube. Uh, we started off bringing information, making people more insightful. That was my goal. And that's crazy. We have You Will Make It TV now. So I don't want to lay that down. We lay burdens down, not blessings. Anybody want to choose a burden over a blessing, you go subscribe to a channel that's telling you to do that. This channel, anybody that's ever been a subscriber, they can hide it if they want to. I bet you they life start doing better. I don't know. Let me not. I'm just trying to stay humble here. They learned something. Even if they don't hit the like button, they don't subscribe, they don't ever come out and say that. We see this through their lives. Like, I don't know who anybody thought they was fooling. If your business got better and you were watching Crown Publishing content segments about business, well, you can't. I mean, that might not have been the only videos you was watch, but if we find it in your search history, you definitely found inspiration in my work at some point in your life. So we're not finna stop that now. We if anything, we got more work to do. Um, what I'm trying to tell y'all is what a tiny home is versus a home that you might rent to buy or rent to own or, finance. Some people, it take them 10 years to pay off their house. What do y'all mean? These tiny homes, you can pay it out flat cash. It sounds great to me already. I don't know why I don't have one yet. At least if I don't live in it every day, you have something. Okay, maybe I'm getting somewhere with this topic. So, what is y'all opinions? I would say it's still positive to have something you can go stay in, even if you did go get a house or you did have a mortgage or you did have an apartment or a condo and you had to pay rent now when you get, not saying, not telling, encouraging people to go ahead and get evicted. Do not say You Will Make It TV was telling you that. Pay your bills. The thing is, though, if you so happen to come across a burden so great, which many Americans are lately, it's so crazy, bro. Lately, if anything, people want to weigh my life to theirs, right? I just like to use myself for an example so these topics make sense. Uh, they can say, well, she seems to have more money to buy a certain substance. She got sugar every week. We ain't never seen her run out of sugar. Well, see, do I have a car like you? And then they say, oh, you got me, Tedda Sherry. Y'all see how that works? Once again, just announcing that again. I know my life coaching services are needed, not to tell you what to do with your life, but to give you a brighter perception. That's the only thing different about me. My mindset. If I stay thinking the same way my whole life, I'm going to get the same results. If my mind tell me I can only go to the bus stop and to the store and that's my life, that's what I'm going to do for the next 20 years. That can be your mindset. You see me going to the store and the bus stop, so you think that's my life for 20 years. But I'm saying, Elon Musk, shout out to you again, bro. But it's like your mindset is your limit. Who wants to sign up for my life coaching services first? I have a quote for you every day. I'm gonna send all my clients positive quotes every day. But you are your mindset. Even the Bible says that as a man thinketh, so is he. Elon Musk knows this. He's not slowing down anytime soon, guys. We're talking about the new and improved, if you will, tiny houses. Released by Tesla recently. Go do your own research. We're just here to kind of, you know what I'm saying, spark that in you. Cause yeah, a closed mind is not gonna get too far. A mind that's controlled, that's the big secret. It's also not gonna get far. You know what minds are controlled? Robots, computers. They're controlled. As much as y'all think the internet is free and technology is free, there's so much that we are paying for this, and it's more than money. Number one, they say technology has radiation in it, like phones and tablets and laptops. I know y'all have heard this. Microwaves, TVs, all this radiation. Look around your house today and ask yourself how much radiation you have coming through several different portals in your house. People want to make this about our lifestyles, right? No, let's get to the sciences first. Before we even make our choices every day, we got 5 different devices in our house that can cause us cancer, that can cause us aneurysms and all kind of crazy stuff. A lot of people even say devices have addictive properties in them, like literal addictive ingredients and materials that were used when these computers and stuff were invented. But that's just another conspiracy. But the part about the radiation is not. Look into, just like you look at the ingredients in your food, when you buy your next iPhone, look at what's all in. Literally. Look at what is actually being. Y'all just be like, oh, we got faster internet these days. Y'all do know those big 5G towers out there too. It's something with that too. All those towers that release Wi-Fi for us, signals for us so that we're able to use maps and make phone calls and text messages. I'm telling y'all. So this is probably also over slowly over time was going to make people sick. That's I don't have a problem with technology, but like with anything else, I would like to know the full truth about anything I'm investing in or using on the regular, uh taking care of. People buy whole phone cases to take care of these things, but you don't want to know the truth about what's inside of their phone or the dangers of their phone. Seriously. Even Elon Musk has admitted in certain interviews, like there's certain robot projects he didn't want to do. He was trying to tell people, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. I'm not quoting his words verbatim, but you, once again, things to spark your interest in research. You have Google, guys, like I do. He's done interviews where he's kind of like, yeah, I don't think certain stuff should be invented because I feel like this. He'll tell you why. That's how I know it's not natural either. Your mind was not created to be closed in, boxed in. It's to be you. Everybody is created to be them, not somebody controlling them like a computer or a robot. Even Elon Musk will tell you robots can be dangerous. He feel like no, we shouldn't create Siri. He probably tried to sit there and tell him, we do not. Well, Elon Musk, you're Elon Musk. You can create it for us. We'll make millions of dollars off of this. It's been plenty of robot projects. He done told them, it's not a good idea. But now you have stories circulating like, hey, Siri said something back to me, or it said something creepy. Have y'all seen those TikToks? Yeah, people been going through that with their home security. I don't care what it is. If it's connected to Wi-Fi, if it's connected to any type of data signals, it is not. I'm telling y'all. I'm not trying to talk down on technology, but it's not as 100% safe as you think just because you went and bought it. Did you buy the signals? Did you create those? Did you help build those 5G towers? Or did your tax money help pay for them? And a lot of y'all, this is the truth. The street towers, the light poles outside, your tax money is helping pay for them fixing the roads and all of that. But you don't want to know. You don't want to go research more about that. So once again, I said I'm not trying to sound like the top Elon Musk expert of the world. I'm not trying to sound like that right now. I have kept up with his life enough though to know that he is a very successful business mogul. Like this man probably signed deals. I mean, and apparently with the tiny homes thing, here it is again. That's why I say I'm gonna title this Elon Musk does it again. You know what I mean? Because I can already tell this business is gonna take off, man. Just and look at the time he's chosen to. That's my only. So far, I've only been speaking negative. I mean positives about his work, but I do have to give pros and cons to every side. Like I will have to say this though, like why release? This is my reaction, my commentary, my opinions. Nobody has to agree. My own intellectual thoughts about real events that happen across the globe. Like, why release these now? Either way, buddy, it's your world, and I might even invest in one. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is my mind about it. But why do this now? We probably could have used tiny homes 10 years ago, which let me tell y'all too, they did start introducing those not that long ago. It probably was about 10 years ago when we first started seeing the introduction of the possibilities, like what you call them, models, right? MODELS. Like people were talking about these blueprints. How would this change the world? To have these available on the market. And they since the beginning they've been telling people these are our target customer for these are going to be the homeless or homeless organizations who purchase these to help the homeless. Period. Now, I just want to hear y'all opinions. Leave them in the comments. Do you think Elon Musk was smart with this one too? I mean, because I'm telling y'all, who when tiny home ideas first came about, who they were targeting these for. Like, because if you're homeless, how you gonna afford that? But if you put it at a price like Elon Musk did, which I never got to say that out, 67.85, right? We're not talking about taxes or shipping and handling, but 67.85. Now, at least if you sleeping in that car, you can save money and begin to. That's a realistic goal now. Not waiting on some housing, not waiting on some landlord, not waiting on your family to see if they're gonna let you come stay there. No, now you can actually find yourself working at Target or the corner store, or as a car wash at a car wash, or even at a buffet, wherever you got a job. Now, outside of the gas you got to pay for, because you don't have much to pay for it. That's another thing I wanted to speak on. Let me correct myself. Actually, people have been talking about how it's actually more. This is the world we living in today. It's actually more expensive to be homeless than it is when you have a home. Did y'all know that? Y'all thought people just be out here homeless. Oh, well, you got a job. How are you still sleeping in your car? Well, just know, ladies and gentlemen, that's happening. For those of y'all that ain't woke up yet and said a person should be out of their situation when you say they should be, there's a lot you need to consider first. Now that we have tiny homes, that person can sleep in a car, or even if they at a motel room. How can you save money? You're paying hotels is not no every month unless you pay it that way. They need their money every day at 11 a.m. If you know the struggle, hit that like button, like, share, and still subscribe to at You Will Make It TV. Well, we will be having these conversations more frequently. This is a open and safe spot for you guys to give your opinions, comments, and views as well. I'm just the main speaker. I'm the audio host, but you guys are always welcome to also chime in and give your opinions too. But yeah, they've been saying it's more expensive to be homeless. I can tell y'all why. Now you don't have a stove. Something you don't think about when you actually are at home with a stove, right? Or you're not homeless and or you have access to a stove. Because when you're homeless, where do you have access to a stove and an oven? Thank you. And the ones that go to Planet Fitness and different gyms or road stops just to take a shower, shout out to you from You Will Make It TV. We respect you. You're the real soldiers of the world. Okay. Now, you don't have a stove. How are you eating? We know if you're not eating, you might not even survive to get to your next housing. Come on now. So y'all might think, well, they need to save their money. How the hell are you saving money and you got to eat every day? Don't let you have kids in that situation too. Don't let you be a cigarette smoker. I just had to throw that jokey joke in there for y'all. Don't let you got to pay for gas too. Uh-oh, you got to pay off past due bills. That's why you're homeless in the first place. You missed out paying that last place. Do you still owe them? Uh-oh. But they thought with your first check, you was just supposed to go give it to a new apartment so you're not homeless. Like, people, if they're not in the field of homeless caseworker, homeless advocates, homeless lawyers, homeless anything, how can they judge or speak on the homeless? Elon Musk is not one of those. We see what he did. Now he has provided a actual affordable, friendly option. I mean, if y'all see what I see here, hit the like button. But he's providing an affordable option. I don't know yet. I didn't look that up for y'all, but I said I'm doing a part 2 and part 3. So I will bring receipts, but I don't know yet if this program, like, I don't know if his product allows financing where you can pay it off. But I can tell you one thing, buying a tiny house for almost $7,000, it shouldn't take you long to pay that off. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's still a win. Like, you should be able to pay that off in a year. I don't know, maybe pay $1,000 a month, just like you pay rent until it's paid off. Do y'all think they are gonna allow that, or like some tiny home companies? I heard they allow that, but they really would rather you pay it cash out the door, because these are not just houses. I mean, they can't take this house back from you and resell it, and they done already gave it to you and you damaged it. Y'all see what I mean? So I would, like, if I get into the business personally, we wouldn't do financing. Like, you need to have the cash. If we did do financing, we would do half and half. There's no in between. You pay us half here or a deposit or something. How would they secure these? I'm looking at the pros and the cons to tiny homes. How would they secure? I'm not saying the bag, because we know that the tiny homes themselves is the bag. Like, that's how you making the money. But how do you secure? I know there has to be a lot of in betweens with this. At this point, if you didn't know, you can, just like you go on Amazon and purchase a pair of earrings, a pair of socks, a can opener. You can go on there and now purchase a tiny home. I didn't say y'all can purchase the Tesla ones on there. I have not been on there to see that yet. Hold on. I'm finna see if my assistant will look it up for me. One second. That's so crazy how my baby just fell asleep like that. See, now I got the whole floor. So y'all can expect part two, part three into the morning, because I'm up. I mean, great time to do business. We're kind of snowed in on our neck of the woods, but we hope y'all are all safe and doing fine and warm where you are. Feel free to shout out where you're viewing from in the comment section. Montana, Chicago, anywhere. You're invited. You're invited to subscribe to You Will Make It TV. We love you. Our love extends from where we're from all the way to you. Because we not always at home either. But like, this is an inspirational channel. I'm gonna look this up for y'all. Last I checked though, I mean, if they just came out, you cannot find a Tesla tiny home on Amazon. That's not what I said, but you can find tiny homes on Amazon, other brands. If you might know a few brands, drop those in the comments. If you're already a tiny home dealer, You Will Make It TV would love to have you on the show sometimes so we can learn more about what options people have when it comes to financing these if they seriously have a, goal to, if they have a dream to. A lot of them are only one bedroom, but I've seen like two-story ones. And these two-story ones, the same, anyone I'm finna talk about, y'all can find these on Amazon. Like, ain't that crazy? We're not talking about no tree house. We're not talking about some play doll house that you put outside. It's a real home. It's gonna come in a storage bin. They drag it with the 18 wheeler all the way to where you need it delivered. Okay, and when it gets there, I don't know if they charge you an extra fee or not, ladies and gentlemen. Some this may come with the price. They will build it for you right there on site. Some, no, you have to pay for that. And I don't blame them. If we gotta bring workers to set it up for you. So in my opinion, you guys should find anybody with a realistic goal to get a tiny house. Why don't you go ahead and find your own maintenance? There's local maintenance everywhere. Even if you started off at an apartment, ask them, do they want to make some extra money? You got a tiny house going to be delivered, and you're going to need it set up. Because I'm pretty sure it's not going to be cheap for any tiny home company to sit there and build that for you. Do you know how busy those guys are? They already got to sit here and continue to try to manufacture and build more of them. Then they got to deliver them to you. Now y'all want them to sit there and build it for you. Shout out to you tiny home companies out there. Still, again, you can leave a IG or tag your name here in the comments for anybody you might know in a tiny home business or any tiny home dealers out there. Y'all can help me by sharing this video too. I really am trying to talk to them. I'm gonna find some on my own anyway that we can interview on here for y'all. I'm not trying to turn the whole world into buying tiny homes. That's not going to work anyway. Not everybody is in a situation where they need one, because need and want one is two different things. Now, if you just want to buy a tiny house, you're already a homeowner, that's smart. Before tiny homes, all we knew about was pool houses. Some rich people have those, it's like an extra little house in the back where the pool is, okay? Kind of like a locker room. That's really what pool house was meant to be. But yeah, these days a pool house might, some people turn their pool houses into Airbnbs. This is not an Airbnb topic, but if I do compare tiny homes to Airbnbs, it's like my mind goes to business ideas again because I wonder, could you Airbnb a tiny home property, right? You purchased the property, you rent it out to somebody else. Would they be better off just purchasing it on their own? You know, the goal overall is for more affordable housing, right? At least, at least if I, like, for example, if I buy a tiny house and I rent it out, I definitely would not charge the prices that people are charging these days for rent. So maybe that is the bonus in, even if you had to rent, because maybe you cannot afford. I know y'all like, Miss Whitney, you said the tiny home $7,000. We don't have that kind of money. I understand, right? So what if you didn't have that kind of money, but somebody has tiny homes, they already purchased them and they want to rent them out. Y'all already know with every new idea, there's a group of people that come mess it up. Section 8 been around now at least 3 decades. It ain't been around long. When Section 8 come out? Some of y'all older than me. It ain't been around but the 70s. Before the 70s, there was no program to help you if you need help with the rent. What's wrong with y'all? So that ain't that long ago. It's 2025. The 70s is not even, it's almost probably 40 years ago, 40, 50 years ago. 40, 50 years ago, rent was more affordable. That's all I can tell y'all. Back in the army soldier days and all these different, especially before the 1930s. Remember I told y'all that was the Great Depression period. But even in the 50s, the 60s, rent was cheaper. Y'all see how beautiful the families' houses used to be back then? Now, boom, the 70s came. Not only did the 70s come, drugs came rolling through in certain communities, a lot of violence, crime, rap. Rap was more popular than ever. Not saying rap changed the whole world in a bad way, but we're just saying how it all happened. Anyways, this was not always here. So if I was to own a tiny home and I told you, you can rent this out for me. You can stay in this tiny home for $500 a month. Plus, you don't have a light bill. Boom, that's a better deal than a motel room for sure. I mean, the only thing I can say about hotels, I do see how they operate in a way. Like, I've never, I mean, I give them a plus. They've been turning more of them into shelters, period. They the government had been talking about that. They've been saying that could be a positive to help with homeless crisis, is get more people off the streets. Why do we want more people off the streets? Well, there's unfortunately been more news stories of people getting hurt just because homeless people are out there. They get robbed, they get hurt, they get raped, they get broke, their cars broken into. Because, of course, if you stand somewhere and people feel like you're doing better than them in that environment, period, what do you think they're going to do? So I still say tiny homes is another effort to try to lessen crime rates. If people sitting back talking about crime rates higher than ever, well, I mean, you go up on rent, people don't have food or a house. What do you think is going to happen, bro? You got more people that don't have a house that then do have a house. All of a sudden, those that had houses that felt blessed will feel endangered. I'm telling y'all. Um, Now, I do feel like going into the future, I hope we do see more tiny house friendly communities. What y'all think about that? Leave your opinions in the comments and hit the like button if you agree. But like, we see a neighborhood as a community of homes or apartments. What would we call a community of tiny homes? You can't call that a neighborhood. Those are different type of hoods. But hopefully we do see communities get a little more friendlier to the idea of these communities, because you don't want to create a whole new version of projects. Y'all know what the projects are? Okay. So if you put a bunch of tiny homes together in a community and you just put people in there, a bunch of different people in there, I'm sorry, I had to check another email. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Shout out to you, new subscriber. Like right now in the middle of a live. Thank you, new subscriber. I forgot what I was trying to say, y'all, about the it was something important with the tiny homes. Oh, like I don't know about this, guys. I just want to hear y'all opinion. Um, if you put a bunch of tiny homes in an area and like, okay, this now y'all community, y'all safe, or are we talking about that? These tiny home communities would definitely need security because I can tell you right now, they're already adding security to shelters, schools. They're adding security at just about every public place these days. So I hope we weren't having a discussion about having tiny house communities without these. Even a lot of trailer park communities, right? Groups or lots of land where trailer parks park their trailer parks. That's what I mean. Even these, I really haven't seen them have security. They might have a fence or a gate or something, but I don't know, y'all. I would just say these or anybody that's thinking about starting one definitely have security on your list of investments, as you make your investment returns. Because why even invest into that and put a whole bunch of tiny houses together and then you move all these people in there? Because we're talking about the type of people. We understand if you're just innocent and homeless, but unfortunately, everybody out there on the streets is not trying to do the right thing, right? Some of these people cuss their families out and went and got a beer and they're walking the streets and they plan to stay out there because they don't want nobody telling them what to do. I'm just giving y'all an example. And you didn't know that. You didn't know that person. You just think they homeless and innocent like you. You out there because you lost your apartment. You're a good lady. You just you trying to find your way. Like now, what do I do? I mean, shit. Do I give up or you don't have to give up? But I do say we would have to think about that too before you start a tiny home community. Like you don't want to mix the oil with the water or the peanut butter with the wrong jelly. I'm trying to say it in a nice way. Like why would you put criminals? That's another reason. Sorry, I didn't even touch on that. That's a whole nother reason people be homeless out here. First of all, they just got out of jail, or maybe they got out of jail a year ago, 6 months ago. Um, it does take time. If it take us time and we ain't been in jail to get back on our feet after we lose something, imagine what it takes a person who's fresh out of, maybe a rehab or jail or not even a hospital. Y'all think that landlords just sit there and wait on the rent because you ended up finding out you have cancer and you can't go to work? Man, that's exactly why. Miss Whitney, y'all know, you will make it TV understand. You think they are finna save your apartment for you? That wasn't even your fault. You just caught a disease. But they will not, unfortunately. So I feel like, yeah, struggling people. I feel like a tiny house is a great long term investment because at the end of the day, if any other living situation does not work, especially for a family with children, you will have something you can, you're not worried about, oh, where can I buy a bus or a trailer home or how can I turn my van into a car? You're not worried about, or how much money do I have to go get a hotel room? Because I was going to tell y'all that hotels jack up prices anytime they get ready. Okay. I don't know why they do it. Maybe I'll start interviewing more of them. But that's any business, according to the demand and supply, they may have to raise the prices sometimes. One store, I couldn't believe it. It wasn't a grocery store, y'all don't worry. And I'm not going to say what state it was in. But one store had a box of cereal for $20. It was Captain Crunch. If you need to know the specifics, I love Captain Crunch. But there was no way I was paying $20 for a box of cereal that day. I even took it to the counter and I said, I think y'all made a mistake. Like, is this supposed to say $2? I mean, I see three zeros here. He said, no. That's when I learned. Like, sometimes they just go up on prices because they need to. I can tell you this, it was during the pandemic. Anyways, you have more of a likelihood to be able to afford your food, a vacuum if you need it, cleaning supplies, medications, gym workout membership. I think people will be more in a healthy space when they can afford what they need. You just have those bad group of people that always mess up You know, just people that's always trying to find a loophole. Why can't you just do it by the books like everybody else? Now, the tiny home, in my opinion, is the loophole. If you need a loophole with housing, don't scam, don't rob, don't break in nobody's house. This is the loophole. Get you a tiny home. You can't afford a home, you robbing from people doing stupid stuff, get you a tiny home. Now you got a key to your own home. Some of them come with garages. I'm serious, y'all. Push button garages. And these are portable homes. You can go move it to the woods if you want to. You go move it. You know how those homeless people be staying in homelessness encampments, like those tent communities. If they would just go ahead and build communities, like lots of land, let people have somewhere. That's the big problem here. Y'all wondering why the homeless out of control? Are they even safe when they're out there? Because they're still American citizens. They're just American citizens that fell on hard times. We got to start asking these questions. Otherwise, people are just out here going homeless. It make you wonder, like, are they targeting the ones this is happening to? Because at the same time, you see a bunch of other people seem to be living just fine. Okay, that's fine that we're becoming homeless, but where are the communities that are safe? We're not just talking shelters. I told y'all though, in some states, because of a lot of changes and threats, and all the immigration and different people over here, they have had to have security lately. I'm gonna say in the past 2 years, they've started adding more police watch and security to these shelters, and that's actually really sad, guys. What I'm saying is we've moved into an era. You know, I'm a humanitarian, so I'm gonna speak on this. We moved to an era that it's not even safe. Like, okay, we get bullying, we get not wanting them around, we get that they stink because they're homeless, but they deserve to die. They don't deserve to be safe. Homeless is not even in prison. I thought prison was the lowest, not homeless. But you got a lot of people when they homeless, they do. They feel just as depressed as a person that's in prison who can't see the sunlight every day. So, anyways, let that be y'all inspiration. Anytime you feel your life is just stop complaining. Are you in jail? Are you in prison? Are you in the hospital with a leg and can't move, waiting on surgery tomorrow? You're not. You're just homeless. You see what I'm saying? I hate that society turned the image of homelessness into something totally that it doesn't even have to be. Not when you're looking at the truth about it. Um, I don't know if y'all agree, hit that like button. I'm just giving you guys a new perception. This started off with podcasts and commentary segments and me writing books, probably all for me just to end up as a life coach. Um, People, of course, it has to look that way. Like, oh, what she's talking about, her life doesn't line up to it. You can say that all day long, but do know too, like the very reality, it's very real for people to call shit in your life too, for you to not look like you're tired. You see what I'm saying? Don't ask me who thinks it's fun, like who takes the time to do that, but there are people that do. And because these type of people are not being taken care of as swiftly at the same time, that's what I'm talking about. Is the homeless protected? What they supposed to do? Call a hotline number? I feel like they should start something like that. As soon as you're homeless, especially with women and children, you should be able to call a hotline number and at least report that. Okay? This is why I say that. At least they have a new database system where they know who's homeless. They might not know what shelter you're in, who you staying with, what you're going through. Maybe an app. And then when they're through being homeless, they go back to that app. You put you're not homeless anymore. Simple. But the way it is, how a person can just go homeless, nobody know what's going on with them. They out there. I don't like that. We can do better in our country. Some of these people out here homeless are whole nurses, doctors, teachers, bankers. Okay, it's so y'all probably like, how did they find in the ball? That's their fault. Just people are never satisfied. I thought you said people got to have a job. Now they don't have nothing to say. They haven't watched enough YouTube or TikTok. People, real people. TikTok is not Netflix. These are real people who have already done recordings showing y'all, look, I've been surviving sleeping in my car. And when I go take a shower, just to take a shower, I had to get a membership at Planet Fitness or some gym. Most gyms have a locker room. Or maybe you stay near an aquatic center. There's many different places that have showers in there. There are some places that are not shelters, but they like pit stops, okay? They're like hubs where you can come in, use a computer, wash your face, brush your teeth, wash some clothes. Anybody out there starting things like that, shout out to you. My point is God loves the homeless. Let me be the messenger for y'all real quick. God actually loves the homeless. Why do y'all think I can talk about this like this? This is crazy. I'm not saying I'm homeless. I'm saying I've been homeless. I know what it feels like. So, and I know God loves them. Them being homeless, if are they in jail? No. Did they commit a crime? No. They lost their home. They don't have a home. Y'all out here treating people like being homeless is a disease. So, and be careful with that, because if I said God love them, and y'all want to treat people that are homeless like they have a disease, do not be surprised if you catch the homeless disease. Let's remember, diseases can spread. Diseases can be what you mean? You can go through the same thing as the next person. So I don't believe in it. I don't believe in not having safety for our homeless anymore. That's all I'm saying. As a lifestyle blogger, as a homelessness advocate, as a speaker on this live. Yeah. And maybe they are saying that. Damn, so this is the setup. We making people homeless so we can put them in danger? Because God is not gonna have us ignorant. He didn't say you're not gonna go through it or they might not try it, but you definitely should be learning something through because why else do they make you continue to go through it and expect what? Just expect you not to see? You put a person in the same fish shop for every day for 12 years, they know that whole business. What you mean? I'm sorry to put it like that, y'all. So some of y'all that keep throwing people in jail, don't wonder why they know a lot about the prisons. You keep throwing them in a hospital, they know a lot about the hospitals, the doctors and everything. You keep throwing them in a shelter, they know a lot about that too. You keep dragging them to court, now they know the law. But I'm saying, if you're not inspired by your own life this way, it's all just gonna look like negative experiences. I'm telling you. I can be happy knowing I went through some crazy stuff last year because I know those were just experiences. I know that I learned something and that I now have a new turn to apply what I learned. When you get that opportunity, people starting to make me think they scared of the homeless. Like, I'm telling y'all, I don't get it. Be scared of the people in prison, not the homeless. The homeless are scary because are y'all really trying to help them? God loves them. He does. He don't think that you don't deserve, I mean, a hug because you're homeless, or you don't deserve safety. Y'all know what safety is? Even in your home, I mean, are you safe? But you want to make the homeless unsafe? How does that work? You don't want them to be safe? We shouldn't have to explain to y'all why they need to be safe. You're outside, literally. I swear, this segment can be used in any country because it's the truth. For too long, the whole world has treated the homeless in a very bad way. And I'm sorry, y'all didn't think the day was going to ever come. God used somebody to tell y'all, hey, I'm tired of it. Y'all better treat them people different. What? Or he might say everybody can be homeless. Because every time he try to make it to where everybody got help, I told y'all it's like some group of people rise up to do different things to mess it up for everybody. This how much I respect. I don't even have a tiny home yet. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about the inventions. I'm telling y'all, even before the Tesla tiny homes, I just thought they were a cool idea, especially just because you can move it wherever you want to. I think they're too big to fly on a plane, but I'm sure they can get them across water, and you can definitely transport them on the road. But these are other factors to think about when it comes to pros and cons. An apartment or house you go by, you don't have to move that anywhere. It's at the address that it's at, and you get the apartment or you don't. But these, like, yeah, it definitely gives you the mobility. And if you're looking for more mobility, because I would say you still need some form of transportation, regardless of where you live. Y'all saw what I just started now. It's called a ride away. Once again, if you want to be a donor, contributor, or a sponsor, You want to network, join in on what we want to do for people. That's exactly the type of people that need that assistance too, right? You couldn't afford a home, but let's say you're trying to better your life. You invested in a tiny home. Okay, that does not fix your transportation issue. You're still gonna have to get to work or do something, get where you need to go to make a living. I don't like how some of these tiny homes are being advertised. All y'all out there putting that on y'all titles and thumbnails. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't agree. Y'all out here saying, get a tiny home. You never have to pay rent again. That's not how y'all should promote those. Like, what you trying to turn people into eggplants? Like, you just want them to sit there, get the tiny home and sit in it and play the game every day. You don't want to turn a society into that either, right? That's why I say maybe if more security was offered, make the homeless feel human again. See, a lot of them run into danger while they're homeless. Come on now, you living outside, and then that danger lurks. Who's to say that danger does not lurk once they get on their feet? You know it's lurking. They watch you go from broke to trying to get back on your feet. You that's the goal, really. That's what their programs are for. But we got a problem now when the programs are helping you get on your feet, but you got somebody lurking, pocket watching, because they watch you start with nothing at the shelter. I'm just being honest. They watch you start with nothing on the streets, in a tent, homeless, whatever homeless it was for you, sleeping in your car, at a shelter, sleeping at the park. You know what I mean? Some people literally do that. They sleep at the park or the bus stops. So imagine a person watching you go from that to, okay, well, mental health. My mental health therapist just helped me get housing. That's all the person from the outside sees, though they shouldn't be looking, I guess, but that's what they see. Like, oh, Bill got his place. That's not the end of Bill's life because he was homeless. Yeah, Bill got his place. Why are you still watching Bill? Bill might not know it, but Bill got 10 people riding past his house a day trying to see how he's doing. That's crazy. He's not homeless anymore. That's how he's doing. But that don't mean he don't have goals to maybe get a bigger house, or you know what I'm saying? Get him some roommates. That way he's not paying so much rent by himself, because we know when you don't have kids, it's easier to get a roommate. I wanted to hear y'all opinion about that too. Do you think roommate situations could work inside of tiny homes? That's an even more affordable option, right? You already don't have rent. But now, how would a roommate situation work? Neither one of y'all got to pay rent. You paid off the tiny home. Do you think that would work? I mean, there would be nothing to argue about. Neither one of y'all have rent to pay. It's really interesting. But I wonder, have people thought about that, like trying to do a roommate situation out of a tiny house. I think with these, people would not prefer a roommate because they had to pay so much to get it. I don't know, but I'm glad I was able to mention it. Like, that's crazy. We're talking about homelessness crisis. Okay, it's time to start investigating the crisis. I started on my own, and from the looks of it, we just live in a town. Like, a lot of shelters will encourage you, but you got a lot of bloggers and stuff who just do that. Like, they want to show you their life, what their homelessness journey is, right? Like, I'm not against it, but I'm warning people to be careful with it, because you got people out here will watch you go through that whole thing on your channel, and then now you're out of the homeless situation, and now they just still watching you. That's cool, watch. But it's like, are we really asking why people are going through repeated homeless cycles? You got a whole bunch of people just watching you go to the shelter, get out, go to the shelter, get out, be homeless again. Anybody that's been homeless again, off and on, something is wrong. And yes, it would be much easier to blame that person and say it got to be something they're doing, but you also should pay more attention to the environments. Every time they move out of homelessness, what kind of communities are they moving into? What's happening around them after they move out, right? Is somebody trying to use them? Have they made some new friends in the community? Did they get a job? What's happening with these people when we follow them after they move out? That's why I would encourage people, when you go to homeless communities and encampments and shelters, um, you're not there to make friends. They tell y'all the same thing about work, because I've been hearing it's been a lot of work battles, work relationship battles and stuff. Many people across the globe are going through that. I saw a title the other day on a video. It said, "Are work from home jobs being threatened?" I said, "Oh no." So I had to see what that was about. They said people are messing up work from home jobs. Like, a lot of companies do not want to hire, they don't even want to do that no more, because they say people be on social media while they supposed to be at work with the headphones on. I said, they not lying about that. People be thinking it's cute, taking a picture with their headphones. They want everybody to see them talking on a headset and that they're at work. And they doing this on Facebook, IG. They get on YouTube and go straight live. They just want you to see that. And it's very sloppy. Like, this how people treat their blessings. Like, you can't just work your job at home. You got to be all on social media with the job. It's even teachers done got in trouble for that. Schools are having to actually implement bans, not only on devices. I would say, if y'all taking these kids' phones though, you better for sure be on them teachers about being on social media. They for sure got to have their phones, because they the grown peoples. I still don't think that's fair. If you're going to take the kids' phone, take theirs too. The teachers be on their phones just as much as the kids do, if you ask me. They be on there checking their social medias, texting, calling. Really, during work hours, yeah, that's inappropriate with any job. But I was just telling y'all that, that's just another trending topic. People do not agree with people being on social media while they're at work, period. Now, I can see if social media is a part of your business, so they just can't judge and weigh me the same like that. Like, if I'm working for a separate company, which there has been times where I'm working for a separate company while I work for myself at the same time. But, you know, I even had to learn that it's a time and a place. Like, you think you just taking a cute picture on the side at work, you know what I'm saying? But people look more into that these days than you think, right? You just sitting at the desk taking a picture. Somebody said, "Oh, isn't she supposed to be at work?" They don't even point it out. I mean, you didn't even point it out. Nobody pointed out to one negative Nancy does. But that negative Nancy, it's been making changes out here. They saying that that's gonna start being a violation. People being able to do that at work. Cause ain't you supposed to be there making money? As people out here homeless, thinking about investing in tiny homes, and you out here on social media while you at work. But they think, I'm telling y'all, they think they better than the homeless. Not knowing, if you get fired for being on social media, for being while you at work, you could be fired. You could be in the same situation that person is. So, anyways, guys, this is just part one to uh my reaction to the new Tesla tiny home. Stay tuned for part two. Like, share, and subscribe to this video. And until next time. Yeah, because I can go on and on.